New findings on the murder of two police officers in the UK reveal that the suspect was released on bail 3 months earlier for a double murder. 29-year-old Dale Cregan was accused of the murder of David and Mark Short, with a reward of £50,000 being offered for any information on the murders. 23-year-old Nicola Hughes and 32-year-old Fiona Byrne were killed in a shower of gunshots and a grenade when they turned up at Cregan's home in the Northern English district of Manchester. The incident was described as one of the darkest days in the history of the Greater Manchester Police. Greater Manchester and the rest of the UK have been plunged into a state of mourning as family, friends and colleagues mourn the tragic loss of Miss Hughes and Miss Byrne. A book of condolence has been set up in High Town Hall, as well as the website of the Greater Manchester Police, with the latter receiving more than 2,500 messages. Cregan declared himself responsible for the murders at the police station within an hour after the incident.
We've known there's been a lot of rumours, there's been a lot of speculation. Believe there's a lot of people who may think they know or have heard things, but I think in reality what we are talking about here is a very small group who've been engaged in a criminal conspiracy to harbour Dale Cregan. The police constables were unarmed when they arrived at the scene in response to what is believed to be a hoax phone call made by Cregan or another figure. We believe either he has made the call or he has got somebody else to make the call, and it would appear, yes, for purposes of drawing these two officers to that particular scene. One officer was shot dead at the scene while the other died in hospital.
I heard, it must have been about 10 shots, quite close together, bang, 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 like that. And there was really, really loud shots close by. And then I heard a big bang, like a big explosion, just about 10 seconds after the shots.
Police officers were coming up the road crying, about 4 or 5 police officers crying.
Police say this phone call was a deliberate plan to lure the police officers to the house with the intention of killing them. British Prime Minister David Cameron said in a statement that the murders were absolutely despicable and an act of pure evil. Miss Hughes was known to colleagues as a chatterbox who was always smiling.
Wonderful young lady, and no one deserves success more than she did. And she definitely did not deserve what happened yesterday.
Miss Byrne was described as a calm, gentle woman who was an excellent bobby and was preparing for her wedding.
She just loves the thrill of not knowing one day to the next what new adventures would happen, and by all accounts, like all her colleagues, loved working with her as well because she was such a bubbly person.
The last murder of more than one police officer at a time was in the 1960s. The two police constables were unarmed, which reinvigorates the debate about whether the police should carry weapons. Police discovered a taser gun on the ground at the home of Cregan, which is believed to have been used by either Miss Hughes or Miss Byrne. Chief Constable Peter Fay has remained vigilant on his stance against the carrying of weapons, saying that in the US, officers who are armed are not necessarily protected from danger.
There are more armed police officers, there are more armed response units, but this was supposed to be the response to a domestic burglary, and that wouldn't normally require armed officers.
Most police officers in the UK do not carry weaponry, unlike the majority of police teams across the world. The British police force maintains their confidence in remaining unarmed. The murders also raised concerns about whether the officer's gender was a relevant factor. President of the Police Superintendents Association, Derek Barnett, says that all police officers are at risk regardless of their gender. The last female officer to be killed on the job was Sharon Veshminsky in 2005, who investigated a robbery unarmed. Cregan is currently being questioned by police for the murders. Naomi Shimoda, World News Australia.